This is Toby the Galactic Intuitive. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is Lionsgate Portal message number 8. And as you can see, we're doing something a little bit different today. The Oracle card that came out yesterday at the end of yesterday's message was this card. Card number 32, Waves Crash and Stars Fall. And it was, the message came through rather well, I should say the message that came through was rather unexpected. It did feel a little bit heavier. And so I wanted to take a closer look at it, and my guides really encouraged me to take a closer look at it. Not that the message yesterday is going to change, but we're going to look a little bit deeper at it. And one of the things I was getting as I was preparing to begin recording, I was thinking back about the original message, and also not only about my hand's shaking. That's interesting. There was a sense of nervousness. I feel like that's what this is referring to. There was a sense of nervousness when I was tapping into this energy, and not nervousness on my part, but nervousness in regards maybe to the collective in response to whatever this is. Look at my left hand. And that's unusual. That does not happen. So there's definitely something there with the energy every time I touch the card. Can you guys see that? Okay, so we're going to go into this a little bit deeper, because the last thing I would ever want to do, and honestly, my part of the reason why I honestly shy away from predictions is because I don't want to instill any sort of fear. That's not the point of them. The point of, and I do want to say this right from the get-go, because I tend to avoid making any sort of predictions. That's been happening more frequently recently, though, and when my guides are very insistent that I share a predictive type message, I know that there is a very, very important reason for them to be so insistent, because of our past conversations around predictions, and also because they know how I feel about predictions. So when they're that insistent and something comes through that clearly, I take that very seriously, and I want to share that with you guys, because there are a lot of predictions out there, and I'm not making any judgment on whether those are good, bad. It's, wrong, right to do. That's everybody has their own feelings on that. It's not for me to judge that. I'm just stating how I feel about it, and how I feel about delivering them myself. So again, if something comes through that clearly and they're that insistent that I share it, I know that it's very important, and that's why I share. If I share a prediction message, it's because my guides are really pushing me to do it. So that's the short and sweet version. So there was a bit of nervousness with the energy, and there goes the finger again. There was a bit of nervousness around the energy of this card and these events. The first one I want to look at is, I mentioned a potential water event or flood event on or around August 5th. And I was getting very strongly that it would be, the first area that came through was Indonesia, and then it kind of opened up to between India and Taiwan. Well, that's a very, very large area. As I was looking at the map to familiarize myself with it, just to right before I started recording, to see if I was getting any further details on it, I was really drawn more to, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone here. I was really drawn more to my chair is creaky, so please ignore that. I was really drawn more to the South China Sea area, between Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines. Here, I'll just show it to you guys. Let's see if I can get it to open. Let's see. I'm just on Google Maps here, so give me just a second and let me... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. So you can kind of get in... Oh, can you see it? No, because it's going to give a reflection. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. There's too much glare. Sorry, guys. Anyway, it's between Thailand, Vietnam, over to like the Philippines. Well, actually over to Taiwan, but the Philippines are just south of that. It definitely felt... Now, I also noted as I did this Google search, a day or two ago, there was a very large volcano that erupted. I think it's erupted for 2 days in a row now. It is on the... Where did it go? Oh gosh, where did it go? Well, now I've lost it. It's called Mount Lewatobi Laki. And it is... Anyway, it's on one of the Indonesian islands. Oh, it's one of the Banda Islands. It's south of the equator. And as I was looking at the map, I really felt that this event that they were referring to would be in the region north of the equator. So, I wanted to share that with you guys first. I feel really drawn, not so much to look at the water event, but to look at that event that has to do with politics or heads of state. It feels like something that has global implications, not just regional or national implications. And that's where I'm feeling the nervousness. Now, if you remember, and not my nervousness, but nervousness kind of in the energy in the aftermath of that in the collective. And if you remember I mentioned it in yesterday's message. I can't remember which message it was, but one of the prior ones, I mentioned the full moon in Aquarius on August 9th, the day after Lionsgate, or the day after the peak of Lionsgate. And how, because of the astrology, and some of the, and I'm really feeling this, and now I'm getting a ringing in my right ear as I'm saying that, there could possibly be some sort of revelations coming about major political figures, or one in particular. I get the feeling that it starts off as one, and that leads to revelations about other, and I keep hearing heads of state. And this building in this card feels very governmental to me. Could also be a religious figure. Yeah, could also be a religious figure because it kind of reminds me of Rome. Okay, so I need a sip of my drink. Hold on. All right, guys, we are going to let's look at some oracles first, and then we'll go further with the tarot. So, where are we starting? Okay, I keep looking at these. We're gonna use the energy oracle first. And, oh, that was interesting. 29. Oh, look at that. 29, the world wanted to jump out there, and the temple path, number 12. And on the other side, hostilities. Okay, don't jump ahead by being, let's not go, here's the thing. We're doing this, we're not doing this to create any sense of fear. It's to understand why things may be happening. Maybe not exactly what may be happening, but why things are happening. Because ultimately we are in such a potent, was the word I was hearing, a potent period of time for our evolution. And so we've talked about this many times, that things that are in place that are based in the status quo, they can't remain in place for the evolution to actually occur, regardless of what level of evolution you're talking about, whether you're talking about something on an individual level, internally, externally, on a collective, on a global level. There has to be change. Means that something has to go, right? It's just, that's the definition of it. So understanding why this is happening, because, well, how about we make this twofold? That is the why. We may get some more details as to why, maybe around maybe a little bit more information about the what of what might be occurring. But more importantly, I think, is for us to keep our eyes on the outcome and what the opportunity it affords us. Well, there's our opportunity right there, cornucopia. And it's card number 11. So that is, I don't usually associate that with balance, but I'm hearing balance, and I'm hearing plenty and abundance. I mean, that's what cornucopia means, right? It means having all the things that you need, desire, and having an abundance of resources that allow you to thrive. Oh, wow. And caring connections. Well, that's part of it too. So I feel like there's going to be, sometimes if you think back to when we've had major disruptive events on a national or world stage, one of the positive things that always happens from it is that, my left hand is still shaking, is that it often brings us closer to the people we care about. It can be a bit of a shock to us to see how quickly things can change, and a little bit of a reminder of what really is important to us. And with that too, a reminder of really how beautiful humanity is, and truly how much good there is in the world. And so I feel like that, it's interesting. There is a lot of gold on these cards, but I'm really drawn to, all of Romy's cards have like the gold writing, but it's like they're pointing this out to me, that there may be a lot of darkness here and uncertainty and even disruption or destruction, not necessarily physical, but dismantling. But it's where, again, and this is what we were talking about yesterday, isn't it? It's where we place our focus, and remembering that things need to be dismantled in order for the beauty to really shine through, for us to be able to move into that space of the evolution and the ascension of humanity and of our earth. there's a refocusing here too. And I think that's, if we're looking for a purpose in whatever is coming, there's this refocusing on really what is important to us. And I think that's why I was getting balance, because we can be very, generally speaking, in our society, at least in the United States, there's a lot of focus on material, on the material, on acquiring things and wealth. And now there's money is a form of energetic exchange, so we're not demonizing that by any means, and it has its value, and wealth in all forms, of course, has its value, and we are all deserving of that. There is a difference between that, though, and seeking to acquire wealth because that's where we believe our value lies. So I think that's what this is speaking to. It is actually showing us how much wealth we have access to that is in addition to monetary wealth, and a rebalancing and a reminder of really what is important. And that's going to be different for each of us. However, again, sometimes we need, it's like it's whatever it is creating space. It's creating space for us to pause, and that's part of the advice here. Whenever this, my left hand is still shaking. It's starting to annoy me. So there's something about the feminine as well, because the left side is the feminine side. It is the side of receiving. Okay, we're gonna put a pause on that and let's look at some more cards, because I have a sense of what this might be referring to with the feminine and the shaking, but let's do another deck here. Okay, so let's look at, all right, let's look at the what. What are we talking about here with this potential dismantling or revelation? What are we talking about? This is not the right deck. Okay, hold on. Yeah. We're gonna do the archetypes. And they're on the split. We had the gem and the empty room. It doesn't matter which way I shuffle them, upright or face down. I could hear someone wondering about that. Okay. So we're looking at the what. What are we looking at here? What is this event around the full moon in Aquarius? Please, Spirit. What is this event? Okay. Oh, the Queen. Oh, okay. That's also card number 11. The Village, card 41. Oh, and look, Carrying Connections is 14. The riddle, 53, which is an 8. I'm really drawn to the hands here and the hands here on this card, on the caring connections. That looks like serious. Let me look at the book for this deck real quick if I can find it. Oh, it's way over there. All right, hold on, guys. I am curious about what stars she has on this card because it looks like Sirius, and I bet Beetlejuice, and I'm not sure what that red one is, and that looks like Mars. So let me see. Let's see if I'm right. The riddle. Maybe it doesn't say. I don't know that it says. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. It cannot be found and ultimately is not important. Rather, there is must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Okay, so this is... oh man, a great awakening or aha moment. The only way to work with a riddle successfully is to not work. Okay. This feels like something that has been coming for quite some time. A very long time. And interestingly, with the Queen card, I don't feel that is referring to an individual person. This feels like that's the moon. Let me look at the village here. It's interesting because the village, it almost, see like this ring here? When I lift it up, it looks like, almost like a, oh gosh, what's it called? when you weave like a headdress of vines, what is that called? I can't think of what that's called. But when I first looked at it, it kind of looked like an egg, the outline of an egg starting to crack open. Okay. It is quite the riddle. It is quite the riddle. There is... that's interesting. 5 fingers, 3 here. Oh, that's 53. Okay. There is something that has been separated. Oh. Okay, this is not what I thought we were going to be talking about. That's okay. So when I was talking about the feminine, I got a sense that the shaking was not nervousness, but it was like divine rage. Oh my gosh, we're already 25 minutes in. And this feels like it's coming from the divine feminine. I think that's what this queen is referring to. The moon often is associated with something that has been hidden or is only revealed in the dark. Well, oh my gosh, it's a full moon. We got a full moon in Aquarius. That's what we're talking about here. This feels like a very old secret that has been buried for a very long time. And it has to do with it feels like suppression of the divine feminine somehow, but it feels more literal than just like the energetic meaning of that, or the broad meaning of that, like misogyny or patriarchy or something like that. It feels like a specific incident y'all, I'm gonna tell you I'm very uncomfortable talking about this. It feels like a specific incident that has been hidden, and there have been many people that have been working behind the scenes. Now, some of you, it feels like, are aware of these people. Well, that's interesting. Also unexpected. So there are people that have been working on this behind the scenes. It's not being talked about in the media, but there is something that has to do with suppression of the divine feminine. And when this information comes out, man, the rage that is released. Okay, that's really heavy, you guys. I'm having a moment here where I'm wondering if I'm even going to post this video. Okay. So, the village. Okay. I'm going to try and say this in a way that's not going to cause problems for the video. So, listen closely. What I was originally feeling, that when I first talked about what might be revealed around the full moon in Aquarius, I felt it had to do with an island, someone whose last name starts with an E, and information about I think the information about what happened there is fairly well known, but more specifics about actually, let me take that back. There will be more information. I'm just going to say there'll be more information about what actually happened there and the purpose for that place. And I'm getting that again here because this mountain, that looks like an island to me. And these kind of look like, you guys, this message is so heavy. This is not what how I thought this was going to go. It looks like an island to me. Even though it's a mountain, I just keep seeing it as an island, and like these as like waves, and almost like waves of fish. I know that sounds really strange. Something underground. Something underground. Okay. Wow. All right, I need another sip of my drink. Probably should have made that coffee instead of having LaCroix. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to look at the tarot now. And okay, I was drawn to this deck, the Star Tarot. I haven't used this in ages. And I don't know why, except I just haven't been called to it. It is one of my absolute favorite decks that I have. And the Star card is associated with Aquarius, and as well it is associated with healing. So, and look at how beautifully it matches the waves crash and stars fall. Okay. I mean, y'all, that could be no, okay. All right. I think we've got, I think we've got enough information on the what. I think we've got enough information on the what. Let's do something here. Let's push this up. We're going to put you right there. You can kind of see that. Let's move all this up. All right, let's look at, I'm actually going to hang on just a second. We're shifting a little bit. We're going to look at yeah, I'm going to go back to the Life Soul Vision Oracle. We're going to look at what comes of this, okay? What, like, the purpose in it. I mean, we can kind of gather what the purpose is, but let's look at the outcome of this, okay? The other side of it. Because this feels really far-reaching. It feels very specific, but it also feels very far-reaching as far as the number of people that are revealed, I'll say. Okay, so what are we looking at here with the outcome? Collective heart, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh, that just gave me a wave of chills. Oh, wow. Okay, that's the only one we need from this deck. The collective heart. Oh, that's so beautiful. I don't think I have to say anything. This absolutely heals, is the beginning of healing the collective heart. Whew. I mean, I have chills. Holy cow. That is profound. The thing to remember, guys, is that this feels shocking. I'm just going to be straight up. This feels shocking. I know we have ideas and some information about what was going on there. I think this, whatever is coming out, is going to be shocking. And I think what's especially shocking is the people who are involved. It is what actually happened, but and their purpose for doing those things. But the people involved, I think that's what's going to be most troubling. Well, not most troubling, but very troubling, and has the implications of this. And as I say that, the rain, it's been raining here for a couple hours today, this afternoon, and it just really let loose. I mean, Mother Earth is cleansing with the heat and the shifts and the rains and okay. So what are we alchemizing? This is the alchemy deck from Kim Kranz. What are we alchemizing with this? We know we're healing the collective heart. What are we alchemizing? Copper. Okay, one more. I'm gonna have to look at the book on that one. Card number 23. This is card 32, and we got card 23 the day before, didn't we? Okay, what are we alchemizing, please? Okay. Oil of vitriol. Oh, interesting. I know I don't normally go straight to the book, but I'm going to the book for these because these feel like we need the literal interpretation. Promise you I am going to grease this chair. It is so squeaky. All right, 23. Materials, copper. Oh my gosh, you guys. I should have known. Do you see what this sign is here? Look at that. Can you see it? Look at this. Oh my gosh, I am blown away. What is that? It's Venus. It is the symbol of the divine feminine. It says fertility, the womb, and Venus. In ancient times, on an island called Cyprus, copper was mined extensively to make vessels and tools. This island is the same fertile ground of Aphrodite, the goddess associated with the planet Venus and the forces of love, pleasure, and fertility. Such is the magic of copper. Oh my gosh. This golden-hued metal elicits delight and mystique, even a sense of awe. The copper card marks the arrival of Eros into the laboratory. It is likely the alchemist has been hard at work for too long, prioritizing scholarly pursuits over sensual pleasure. Get ready for a shift of priorities. Didn't we just say that? For an awakening of the heart and the life-generating centers of the body. And didn't I say this was an egg? In the true alchemical experiment, nothing is excluded or separate from the work. Bring sensuality into the fold and embrace it with reverence and curiosity. Aphrodite smiles upon you. Well, this is interesting. Go deeper. Visit or learn about the Statue of Liberty, the largest copper structure in the world. In esoteric wisdom traditions, Venus and copper are associated with the kidneys. A letting go is likely required in order to embrace Eros with open arms. This is a healing around our perception of Eros and that type of love and of sensuality and of pleasure and of engaging in that energy from a place of balance and honoring of both the divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, and we have card number 35. Do we have a 35? No, we had the 32. Oh, no, but we had 53. Oh, my gosh. Okay, oil of vitriol, 35. Let's see what this is. Y'all. Oops, I skipped it. Skipped it again. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. Acidity, resentment, purification. When the green lion appears... Oh, the lion! Oh my gosh. Okay. When the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is afoot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance cause this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil, the rage, as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth and in the end will be a relief to all. You guys, this is so perfect. Purification is the lion's aim, and it's determined to get there one way or another. When this card, which is this, right? Sometimes this is necessary for change and purification. When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? See, there's the sun there. The one consuming or the one being consumed. It is said that finding oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path. As the discomfort passes, the sun's beams shine all the brighter. Do you remember me talking about the gold shining through? And to ponder, change is the only constant. Okay, this is important. Vitriol is an incredible acidic and corrosive substance, and so it comes with a few warnings. Don't overconsume. Don't lash out. Breathe and wait. Remember, we talked about the pause. No need to add insult to injury. In alchemical texts, the great creature of change is known as the green lion eating the sun. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this explains a lot of why why my guides have been so insistent that every day we talk about how we can best integrate and accept in these activations with the awareness that we are on this precipice of a huge change. This is part of it. And I think this is going to be opening up doors to more being exposed. And as uncomfortable as that is, can we just really say, hallelujah, it is about time. I mean, of course, it's in divine timing. I know that. But human me says it's about time. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to have it all revealed. And we're ready to move forward with that information. Now that you know what you know, now what are you going to do? Right? We've been asking for truth. Sometimes truth is really hard to hear. And I feel like this is one of those cases where it is going to be very challenging. And for many of us, I get the sense that the challenge will come not necessarily from the truth, but from other people's reactions to it. Because there is a sense of it causing quite a bit of cognitive dissonance. That dissonance between what one has held for so long as a long-standing belief versus this truth that's being revealed. And this is also where the importance of discernment comes in. And the guides have been talking about that so strongly. of really getting clear on your discernment and really understanding your intuition so that it can guide you in discerning what is real and what isn't. There's a lot out there that is not real. Well, since we're on a roll of difficult subjects, I'm going to talk about another one here soon. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Divine Feminine, Venus energy. Pleasure aligned with heart. Pleasure aligned with unconditional love. Purification. And we have the collective heart here in the middle. How beautiful is that? It's just exquisite, really. All right, do we need anything else? Oh gosh, we're at 46 minutes. Okay. All right, we're going to do one or two of these. I'm going to shuffle them one more time, but I had already shuffled them, so. Okay, another time. So remember with vitriol, the warning was to not overconsume. So not to overconsume in the energy of the revelation. Allow it to be what it is, and then allow it to go through the purification process. Allow it to be released. And it's not to forget it. It's not to overlook it. It's not to stick your head in the sand. But it's also not to stay engaged in, like, okay, here's the thing. This energy is flowing and moving. It's fluid, right? Oh my gosh. There we go. The water does not stand still. Okay? The high tide is going to come in and it's going to do its job, but then it is going to go out. It's our job to witness it, yes, but not to try and hold this tide in a pool so that we can keep engaging with the dismantling or the destruction that happens with it. We want to be in the energy of allowing it to unfold naturally. If we get too latched into or anchored into the actual destruction energy, that's not beneficial for us. It's not beneficial for us. So don't get wrapped up in the drama. Don't get wrapped up in the drama. There has the potential to be a lot of drama. Okay, so we're going to... okay, this is advice then. We'll have 2 cards on advice, please. Oh my gosh. And I was going to say, this one goes with the Divine Feminine, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. What's over here with the oil of vitriol with purification? That was fast. The Princess of Cups. Okay, that's compassion. That's like Page of Cups. And it's also a newness and like looking at things with childlike eyes. So this is on the other side of this, right? To allow ourselves to, again, it's now that we know what we know, now where are we going to place our focus, right? Because we have these 2 cards as our outcome energy too, right? So allowing ourselves to let the waves crash and the stars fall. And then afterwards, Are we going to look back then and focus on what happened and what was just revealed? Or are we going to take that information and say, okay, what was revealed may have been ugly. It may have been certainly unexpected and shocking. How are we going to take that information and move forward in building New Earth? Because I feel like that's going to shine a huge light on what we don't want, right? So we don't want to be so focused on, let it inform what we do want, is what I'm saying. That's this Princess of Cups. Look at, she's hopeful, and she has this cup of unconditional love. So it's not to focus on to find balance, okay? It's to be in a place of balance, to allow yourself to feel the emotions you need to feel, and then also recognize with your discernment and being the observer of your own behavior and your own emotions. Am I going down the rabbit hole of this to my detriment? Am I doing that to hold on to that drama? Or can I take what I know and understand what I don't want now, so that now I know what I do want, so that we can work together as a collective to create what we do want? And that's the Queen of Pentacles. She moves forward. She is the nurturer. She is the mother. She is, I mean, she is very close to this Venus energy. Very, very close. And I think we're getting the Queen and not the Empress because this is so new. But this is the energy we need to be in. She's the nurturer. She's compassionate. She creates. She knows how to tend the physical terrestrial world. She grows the garden. She nurtures and cares for those around her. She is the one who brings the cornucopia to the table. She is both grounded and emotionally intelligent and understands unconditional love and compassion. That is really beautiful. Okay, we are going to end it here. Wow, that was rather intense. I hope you're still with me. If you aren't, I understand. I forgot to mention, because this was so intense, I've extended, if you would like some assistance, whether having to do with these, maybe how to best negotiate this current time that we're in, or something going on in your personal life or your personal journey, I have extended the 20% off coupon on personal readings. So there's a new coupon code. It'll be in the description box. It's Lion20. You just enter that at checkout and it gives you 20% off. Makes an hour reading about $88. And I would be happy to help you. It would be my honor to read for you. And that is available through August 12th. So through this Lionsgate portal window. And I will be back tomorrow. Not sure what we're doing tomorrow yet, but I will be back, and I'm sending you guys so much love. I appreciate you being here. And again, let's have some gratitude for the revealing that is to come, and allow ourselves to not be weighed down by the drama, and not get sucked in even by people around us who want to stay in this energy, right? Instead of moving to the purification, moving to this energy. Oh gosh, you can't see it because there we go. Okay? This is the energy we're moving to, the collective heart. Look at how expansive it is. And it's filled with light. And when you can be in your heart energy, it ripples out into the collective, and that's what we are here to do. One of the things we're here to do, but at the basis of it, unconditional love is the foundation of New Earth. It is the foundation of ascension. So being able to embody that and emit that as much as possible is going to be what's most helpful for the collective during this period. Okay, now I'm done. Big love to you guys. I will see you tomorrow.